The citadel lay in ruins. Smoke choked the sky. Kaelen, once the kingdom's revered hero, stumbled through the rubble. His armor, once gleaming, was now marred with soot and blood. A deep gash ran across his face, a testament to the battle that had shattered their world. Kaelen's hand trembled as he reached out, his fingers brushing against a shattered banner. It depicted a golden griffin, the symbol of their kingdom, now torn and trampled in the dust. Each stone held the weight of his failure. The air was thick with the stench of death and despair. He had failed to protect them. His heart ached with a grief too profound for words. His breath hitched in his chest, each inhale a struggle against the crushing weight of his guilt. Kaelen moved through the remnants of the city. He could hear whispers following him, hushed voices laced with fear and accusation. No cheers greeted him. There was no gratitude for the hero who had sacrificed everything. Their gazes were like daggers, piercing his soul. He saw doubt in their eyes, their faces etched with a mixture of fear and resentment. The weight of their judgment pressed upon him. He had always carried the burden of their expectations, but now it felt unbearable. His shoulders slumped, his gaze fixed on the ground. He was alone, adrift in a sea of silent accusation. A figure emerged from the throng. Lord Aaron, his closest companion, his most trusted advisor, stood before him. Aaron's face, usually creased with warmth, was now a mask of cold fury. "This is your doing," Aaron spat, his voice raw with grief. "You brought this upon us." The words struck Kaelen like a physical blow. He reeled back, his hand instinctively reaching for the sword that was no longer at his side. Disbelief warred with a growing sense of dread. His gaze darted to the crowd, searching for a flicker of understanding, a hint of the adoration they once held for him. He found none. "The enemy used your magic," Aaron continued, his voice trembling with rage. "They turned your powers against us." Betrayal cut deep, a wound to the soul. Kaelen looked at the faces around him, at the suspicion and fear that twisted their features. He saw judgment in their eyes. They believed Aaron's lies. His magic, once a source of their awe and admiration, was now feared. It was a weapon, a curse. It isolated him, turning him into a stranger in his own land. How could he explain the unexplainable? How could he fight against the tide of their fear? The weight of their betrayal was a heavy cloak, dragging him down into the abyss. Section 5. A Crown of Thorns. The king, his own brother, pronounced the sentence. Exile. It was a punishment worse than death. To be cast out, to wander the world alone with the weight of their judgment on his soul. Kaelen knelt before his brother, accepting the decree with a heavy heart. He felt the weight of every gaze upon him, the heat of their hatred burning into his skin. Their hero was no more. He was an outcast, a pariah. His heart ached with a pain so profound it threatened to consume him, but even in his darkest hour, a flicker of his unwavering honor remained. Their fear was a tangible thing, a living entity that pulsed around him. He understood their terror, he had tasted the bitterness of betrayal, felt the sting of its venom. But even in exile he could protect them. He could be their shield, a barrier between his people and the darkness that threatened to engulf them. He would bear the weight of their fear, carry it with him into the shadows. His sacrifice was a bitter pill to swallow, but it was the only path to redemption, the only way to atone for the sins he did not commit. The world stretched before him, a vast and unforgiving expanse. He was alone, stripped of his titles, his purpose, his home. The silence of his exile was deafening. He carried the weight of their fear on his shoulders, a heavy cloak that threatened to crush him. Every step was a testament to his sacrifice, a constant reminder of what he had lost. But amidst the pain, a sliver of hope remained. He would find his own redemption. He would prove his innocence, clear his name. Years turned into decades. The memory of Kaelen faded, becoming a whisper in the wind. But legends have a way of resurfacing. Stories of a solitary figure, wielding extraordinary powers against the forces of darkness, began to circulate. Whispers of a hero, cloaked in shadow, protecting the innocent from the fringes of their world. The seeds of hope, sown in the ashes of betrayal, began to sprout. The people started to question the past, to doubt the accusations that had condemned their hero to a life of exile. Kaelen never returned from exile, but his sacrifice was not in vain. His name, once synonymous with betrayal, became a beacon of hope. The people remembered his courage, his unwavering sense of honor. They erected statues in his honor, their faces etched with remorse and gratitude. The fall of Kaelen, the hero who was betrayed, became a tale whispered from generation to generation, a poignant reminder of the devastating power of fear and the enduring strength of the human spirit.